Okay, our children's story. Come and sit close here. No, come and sit close to me here. Yeah, and you come and sit here. Thank you. Our children's story is about a big pumpkin. When I was the pastor in Bishopdale, we had what they called Investment Day. Investment Day, we asked the children to wash dishes or the car or plant things or sell things so that they bring the money and we use that money for investment. And there was one little boy. He was a little naughty little boy, but he always do the wrong thing. And this time, when they had investment, he said, I'm going to get the most money in the whole class. So all the class laughed. You won't get the most money. And he said, I'm going to get the most money. I'm going to beat all of you. They all laughed. Because Susie knew if she washed the dishes, every time she get $3. So she said, I'm going to have at least $30. And so the competition was on. We're going to call this young boy named Willie. So Willie went to his granddad and he said, Dad, I want to make a lot of money. And Granddad said, yeah, everybody would like to do that. No. I want to make a lot of money for investment day for the poor people. So Granddad said, oh, I see. Why don't you plant things and you sell it? He said, Granddad, that's nice. So they went to Granddad's house and they made a big patch. And they planted a whole lot of beans. And they bought some spinach. And they planted tomatoes. And beautiful garden. And then Granddad looked when all these plants come up. And there was one pumpkin. They didn't even plant it, but it came up. It was there with the compost. So Granddad said, shall we pull this pumpkin out? And Willie said, no. Let's leave this pumpkin, Granddad. Let him grow with the others. And so one day it happened. There was a big storm brewing and a warning there's going to be hail. And so Willie was very concerned because his plants was outside and truly the hailstorm came and doof, hit all his plants, almost his whole garden destroyed. There was just a few little beans that came up. And Willie was very discouraged and he said, wow, I thought I'm going to get the most money in the class. Now I only got a few beans left. But maybe God will bless me. And so a few days later, there was a lot of locusts. Do you know what's a locust? How do they look like?
They look like flies.
The ones that grasshoppers? That's a nice name. Those grasshoppers. And these grasshoppers came through his garden. And when he looked, there was nothing left. Oh, he was so disappointed. He said, Granddad, it's impossible for us to plant anymore. I won't have any money. So Granddad said, well, we still got a pumpkin. But what will I get for a pumpkin? They sell the pumpkins for 50 cents and $1 a pumpkin. How many have we have? And the pumpkin seed was there, and there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was 7 pumpkin flowers. That will be 7 different pumpkins. He said, Granddad, how much can I charge a pumpkin? Well, about $2. No, it's only 14. No. That's not going to work, Granddad. He was so discouraged. And then they went on holiday and they came back. You know what happened? You won't believe this. You won't believe it. There was a fruit fly. And the fruit fly went and the pumpkins, the small pumpkin. And the small pumpkin just died. And he looked at it. He said, Dad, look, 6 pumpkins died. There's only 1 left. Oh, he was so discouraged. And Granddad had it, sprayed this one and put a little cage over it. And he said, well, at least we've got 1. Dad, what will we ask for a pumpkin? Well, this one might be a big one and we can get $5. Oh, I will be at the bottom of the row again. And like pumpkin, and he watered it every day. Early he checked his pumpkin. In the evening he checked his pumpkin. He was so glad at least he's got 1 pumpkin. At least he will have $5. And so the pumpkin grew. I've got it in a newspaper, and I couldn't find it to show you. And it grew, and it grew. And that pumpkin was that big. He couldn't believe it. So he said, Dad, now I have to sell this pumpkin. And he tried to lift it, and he can't. And his brother was a body lifter. Strong guy, and Dad and his brother and he and the neighbor, we took the pumpkin and they put it onto the wheelbarrow. And he said, I'm going to sell my pumpkin. And so here he walks to New World. And he said to the owner of New World, do you want to buy a pumpkin? And he looked and said, that thing is watery. I don't want a big thing. What will I do with that big pumpkin? He walks off. Now he gets a bit cross and frustrated. Then he went to Countdown. And Countdown owner looked, no, we don't want this pumpkin. It's too big. Then he went to Freedom. And the same answer. He said, I will go to the Portuguese here at the corner. He's got a lot of veggies. And they push it. And he comes there and he said to the Portuguese, would you like to buy my pumpkin? The Portuguese say, how much you want? I don't know. How much will you give me? I'll give you $2. For this big pumpkin, are you crazy? Can you do a bit better? No, I can't. I can't cut it. It's too big and too big. And he was so discouraged. And nobody wants to buy his pumpkin. So he's fed up. Have you ever been fed up? He was fed up. And he took his wheelbarrow and he's marching home. And as he marched home, he went past a little hall. And just past, and the owner or the man from the hall said, hey, boy. And he looked back. He said, I'm not your boy. He said, come here. I want to talk to you. He said, what do you want? He's fed up. Remember, he's fed up. He said, are you selling that pumpkin? He said, yes. How much do you want for it? $30. What? $30? No, 40. And he's fed up. And the man said, listen, I'm interested. I want to buy the pumpkin. Let's come to an agreement. How much do you want? He said, $60. I said, you must go down, not up. He said, $70. And the man said, whoa, don't go any further. Don't go any further. Just wait here. And he went and he got the $70 and he counted out and he gave it to William. He said, we've got a big farm expo. I want to show the farmers what a pumpkin looked like. And he sold it. $70. So he sat there in the class, and Mary comes up very proud. I've got $20. Good Mary. And James came up. I've got 25. And Luke came up. I've got 30. And Jane is always the mess because they wealthy. Mum pay her a lot. And she walked very proudly. She said, I've got $40. And everybody proud. And Willie was just sitting quietly there at the back, and his name is at the bottom. And the teacher called him up and said, Willie, how much have you got? Took out his money. Put it down, and the teacher looked at it, and she said, Willie, where did you get all that money? And he told her the story I just told you, and he said, If you trust in God, He will bless you because He provides for us. Oh, man, can we believe God if He will bless us and look after us? Let's trust God. He gives us all good things. It's a long story, eh? But it was a nice, lovely to see your faces. Thank you for coming.